Yo, we're live. Just so y'all
See,
know.
see,
Just so y'all know, we're live.
see.
We got any viewers? Let us know. Let us know how the audio looks, or how the audio looks.
Audio looks, huh? You right as fuck.
If anybody know how audio looks, hit me up because I need to know that. But let me know how the audio sounds and let's see how the visuals look. Let us know. We're trying some new shit out, so let us know. And I gotta keep working on this on the background.
Yo, what the fuck?
Nope, fuck up. Looks good. Audio looks good for sure. Good looking out, Glenn. Audio looks fire, Victor. Hey, thanks, Eddie. Appreciate it.
Wait,
Audio
what?
look good,
I
like
missed
waves.
something. What I missed?
You didn't hear me?
Yeah.
I asked the chat
I wasn't busy.
I asked the chat how the audio looks. Instead of how the audio sounds, I said how did it look.
To be fair, you can see audio waves. So if you have that type of monitor, you can see the different the waves, through the frequency. So you're good.
Yeah,
Just because they don't know about your setup.
they don't understand.
They
Yeah, they don't understand.
know
You're
about
right.
your setup and how you're looking through the frequencies and all the waves. Yeah, they don't listen. They don't know. They don't know.
What they call your setup on Facebook?
Which one? I don't know. I haven't been on Facebook.
Oh shit, you have never mind, Raul.
Oh, actually, you know, this is masturbation station or
The
something.
masturbation station, dog. That shit sounds amazing.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. Let's call it. Let's call it. I love this spot though. This
That just reminded me of that South Park episode where they don't have internet and they can only go to I don't know what, George, you probably seen it.
The
Where-
balls?
yeah. No, where they lose internet in all of South Park. And I guess they're all in some camp and they can only go use the internet in one specific I guess what would it bungalow? And
No, I haven't seen it.
oh, okay, I'm gonna send it to you. Well, point is, they'll get like I think like a minute or two. You know what he does? He goes to Pornhub because he's been holding a nut, busting a nut for the longest. So he's like, oh, and then when they finally open the door because he's taking too long, he's just like this, and just like this white everywhere. It's just funny. I'm surprised you haven't seen that one.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you.
Participants. How do I?
YouTube. Hey. No internet.
Yo, y'all seen the chat, right? Because I'm still working on the other scene. So
yeah, I'm watching the chat.
So I'll respond to him for a second. I'll get back on this. I need to think about it and I respond.
There we go.
Hey Eddie, is the rumor true we're playing this weekend?
Who's we?
You know, Eddie's team.
Didn't you say you were quitting? Don't you quit shit like every? You quit shit like every week, don't you?
When did I say I was gonna quit?
Oh, okay. Rudy, do you remember this?
Nah, not this one, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised you said that.
Yeah, Doug.
Oh shit.
He's like, no, fool, I'm leaving that team. I'm leaving that team, fool, because we got a new team. And then I told you, oh, don't join our Sunday team. You're like, nah, not even gonna join that one, fool. Those are exactly the words.
Possibility. That's different. Eddie talked to my agent though. I told this for Eddie, Doug, I'm injury prone now. I'm at that age already. So don't be surprised if I give you one sprint and I die.
My hip's been hurting. I have no idea, dog. I'm having old people problems. Like my hip hurts. I don't know.
I love that shit though, man. I'm happy to hear this though.
You're having a PC gamer problems, dog. Accurate. People that don't see the sunlight, dog.
Accurate. Dog.
I mean, I seen the sunlight. I still see the sunlight.
I don't see that sunlight at all, dog.
Oh man, I'm not ready though.
Angel, is this it?
Like always been suffering because I've been making him walk a lot more recently. Because that's my only way I walk. Like I get out and walk, so like I'm walking up for a long ass time, dog. Look at me like, for real, are we done? Can we go back in?
Hey, that fool OP's on the prowl back there, dog.
Is he see him?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. He's just gonna attack Rudy. Watch.
The fucking
Man's best friend. He would never.
camera light's gonna look.
He would never.
He's gonna trigger that fool. Boom. He's gonna bite the camera. Dog.
Hey, right now we got like 20 people watching, only 11 likes. So y'all better hurry the fuck up and push that like button.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
If not,
Damn.
Nah, fuck that.
I forgot what Angel was like on this shit.
nah, fuck that. If not, what Glenn said, and I quote in the chat from Glenn, smash that like button one time or you a San Jose Leva.
Ooh.
What's that one? Was that one name from the one team that went to the draft?
San Jose Leva.
Mark Rojas. Dog.
Yeah.
There you
Mark
go.
Rojas.
Hey, honestly, I'm glad I had that tweet. That tweet was early. The fuck Mark Rojas pussy, and then everything escalated to that.
Dog, that's just whack. That's just so whack.
That shit was funny. What you mean?
Dog, but I'm saying like how the fuck you gonna send somebody like that to represent you?
How is someone like that? I don't know. How is someone like that?
Yeah.
In there, you know.
I'm pretty sure they didn't do no background check or nothing. This guy just showed up one day with an LAFC hat, said, "I love LAFC. You know, I bleed black and
Whatever.
you know," and then boom, that's it. Oh yeah, here you go. Leadership. Boom, that's it.
All right, guys. Brand new setup. We're streaming completely different. So give us feedback. Let us know what you think. If shit doesn't look right, shit doesn't work right sometimes, let us know. We're still working on, we're still figuring this shit out. So
this shit looks good to me.
Yeah, same. But yeah,
I like it a lot.
Especially Angel eating right now. It looks amazing. Take another bite, baby.
Oh, Angel, fried Oreo in here, Doug. Fried Oreo. I got you.
How does that taste like?
Does it taste like it too?
Fried Oreo, exact. Oh my god, dog.
Thank you, Papa.
What's some cafecito in the morning?
Hey, for all you guys that fuck around with the pro club scene, we got a skip from the stand spot. We play our first game tomorrow.
Oh, we got to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
We nice, dog. What you mean?
Nice.
Okay, correction. We're nice without Aldo. I hope Aldo doesn't listen.
Wait, you guys are taking L's?
We
It's
did?
practice, dog. Taking L's in practice. It doesn't matter.
All right. It's preseason, right? I take it. It's preseason then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that was our first preseason. Second preseason, we didn't lose a game.
Glenn, good looking out. Thank you, Papa.
All right. Fuck yeah. Sorry ass teams out there.
Oh, well, all right. We'll see. We've got some chemistry. We're doing better, a little better.
Yeah, dog.
But we got a first official
game. Angel 1v1, dog. 1v1's a lot easier for me, but everybody's play style is completely different. So we actually have to work as a team.
On the timer stuck at 6:36.
No, get. Oh, what the? All right, let's take the timer off because that's not working just correctly the way I need it to. I'll work on that.
These are the type of things we mentioned, y'all. Good Lex on helping us out.
Yep, appreciate it.
And just like that, dog, bam, shit is gone.
Yeah, I gotta figure out so OBS doesn't have a built-in timer, so there's a script for it. And the script,
oh yeah,
a little buggy, but I'll figure it out. Boys. We'll start in 6 minutes. 9:15. That's when we should kick off. Let people get in here. Yo, tweet that shit, like that shit, post that shit. Let us know that we're live.
Ask that shit.
Ask that shit. Yeah. What up, Rooney? Angels and Borrachos Academy. Hey, is that right, Angel? You're in the cantera for Borrachos? Is that what I'm hearing? Listen, if you're gonna play a pro clubs.
Yeah. So what happened was, I think like at some point last week, Eddie just asked me, "Yo, what are you doing like early in the morning? Like, are you doing anything?" I was gonna ask me for some dumbass favor, right? I was about to be like, "Nah, I'm busy," right? But I said, "Nah, I'm good. Like, I'm not busy. Like, I got nothing on. What's up?" Like, "Oh, hop on FIFA." I'm like, let's play pro clubs. Like, fuck, I don't know what to do. It's like, it's cool. Just get on. I don't have a headset with audio or anything, so I had to create this dumbass fucking setup at home so I can be able to talk to him. Like,
but PS4, you could just connect your 35 millimeter, no?
But the AirPods don't work right. I can hear everything, but they can't hear me.
Yeah.
They can't hear me. Yeah, so they can't hear me on the mic. So the point is the mic, right? To talk shit and be as mitigate, right? Otherwise, what the fuck am I going for?
Accurate.
Yeah. So I joined.
Like
The point is I found a way to get it working, right? So I joined, and through the entire process, they're talking to me through setting up my player and the whole thing. And yeah, I created a player that looks like me apparently. So
well, listen, it's not that hard. He's
so
balls,
doesn't
right?
take much. That doesn't
He's
take
balls.
much.
Right? Yeah,
He's
yeah.
balls.
It's easy, easy as fuck. Just put in cute and perfect.
Mm.
But yeah. So what happened is, I started playing with them, and they're a little. I guess they have another team, a B team. I guess I don't know.
No
So you have a
shit.
B
to
season?
level up your players.
Yeah. So I'm playing there with them. Yeah.
And la cantera is sick.
Yeah.
Listen,
Exactly.
if you're gonna play,
Las fuerzas básicas.
yeah, you're gonna play. If you're gonna play in the PS4 side, I would play with Borrachos as well. So
That's the only
Good
team
call.
will allow you to go to.
good call. Good call on that.
Yeah.
Good call on that.
I was on their thing yesterday and started talking a little shit to Barcelona for fun.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
You're
talking shit.
You're on par. You're
Yeah.
on par. You're on par with what we need.
Listen, what's his face? Our boy, Chris Tucker was talking shit, and I had to defend my boy Spenny, dog. He said some false shit. All types of Fs. So I had to drop some knowledge on him. Just let it be. So I got him. I got my teammates.
Respect.
I'm not legit. I ain't no bitch.
All right, give me a second, boys. I gotta let OP out because this motherfucker crying.
Oh man. I'm happy for you, Angel. It's about time you get involved with a little FIFA, dog.
Yeah, well, what it is. Obviously, you guys know what I'm doing, right? In terms of career or whatever.
Yep.
I legit right now. I'm just playing the waiting game. I have nothing to do. Nothing. I keep saying I'm gonna wake up early to learn how to cook more, practice more French. Dog, I'm waking up like at 12. Whenever I join in our group chat, that's when I'm waking up. That's why I was sending group chat messages around 1 p.m., 2 p.m.
No.
That's when I'm waking up.
You know what's surprising me? The ones you send like at 3 a.m, right? Because you're not
'cause
usually
I don't
up
go
at that
sleep.
time. Like, but
I
you're
don't
not.
go to sleep.
But like that's not normal. You right? Like, normal you get up early, so you go to sleep pretty early,
Yeah.
well, early-ish, right? So
Mhm.
like, I'd be awake at 4 a.m, and then I see a random fucking message from Angel. I'm like, I gotta check in on this guy. I don't think he's doing well. Like he's up at 4 a.m. Like,
You
who
know
is
what
this
kind of
guy?
dumb shit I'm doing staying up? I'm watching history videos, just different shit like I didn't know.
Sounds about right.
Yeah,
That's-
and, like,
that's
I'm just
horrible.
learning. Huh?
That's horrible.
That
You know
sounds
why
fun
that's
to me,
horrible, right?
bro.
Because one day we're gonna have a conversation about something completely random, and I'm gonna mention something that's gonna be completely
Oh,
off,
and then, yeah,
and you're gonna
yeah, yeah,
lecture me like for an hour about how I was wrong
Right.
and how you know all about history. So I hate you
Yeah.
doing that.
It's
I hate
crazy
you doing
because,
that.
well, you know how I'm a big junkie when it comes to World War II shit, right? I've just spent so much time digging deeper and researching this shit, finding out why certain countries didn't join, why certain countries flipped. There's some countries I didn't even realize were part of the fucking war, like that were, yeah. So it's been
Example.
example. You want a big one? Romania. Romania was involved in the war, and I had no idea they were involved in the war. And
What
towards the end of
side?
the war, they were first with the Axis powers, so they were Hitler's homies at first. But at some point, they realized, oh shit, we're gonna take this fat as L, and they switched sides. And then they went and
Hey,
supported.
Glory-
Angel,
glory
shut the
hunting,
fuck
huh?
up, dog. Half of the people left the chat already, dog.
Good. Hopefully
I'm
they're
just
gonna go
kidding.
learn some shit.
Kidding, dog.
Let me learn you something right quick.
Oh
Like,
I
man,
because
that's
it's
hilarious.
interesting to me, dog.
But yeah, shit like that. And then I started, going down through Alexander the Great's history, and my man's died at like 33. He actually conquered everything that he wanted to conquer. So he legit never took a fat ass L. Like,
He
legit.
accomplished as fuck.
Actually conquered everything he wanted to conquer. He just died. I can't remember what it was. And then I think it was Aristotle who was his I think it was Aristotle. One of the philosophers was his like his mentor, I guess you can say. Because he was
Yeah,
curious
the
about
TED Talk.
shit. Huh? Yeah, exactly. Like he was just, teaching, like, exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's such a TED Talk. Well, the point is, that's what I'm doing at 3, 4 in the morning, and I'm not even playing video games. It's legit watching stupid ass videos.
Well, at 4 in the
Surprised you
morning.
Look up. Yeah,
4 in the
surprised you
morning-
Look up
oh.
Napoleon though.
I already knew a little bit about him, but he's a dumbass. He basically did what Hitler did. He tried to invade Russia, and he took a fat ass L. You don't
Crazy how
invade
you
Russia.
Well, listen,
Crazy how you
I'm
call Napoleon a dumbass.
at 4 in the
Well,
morning.
listen, you're trying to invade Russia, and there's things you got to take it. This is another thing that I got into. What makes countries powerful, right? What elements, and then tactical shit about war, and why
Listen.
did people lose this war, and why did they win this war? Shit like that, right?
Let's save the
No.
let's save the post show and let's get the show started.
All right,
Let's get the show
my bad.
started.
See, don't
Please.
get me started with history shit, because that, yeah.
I don't know if you guys can hear me right now.
Yep.
All right. So this is gonna play for 15 seconds before it goes into the intro show.
Can they hear us right now?
Maybe.
Nope. Never mind.
Yo, what up? And welcome to another episode of Straight from the Stands, an unapologetic, unofficial LA Galaxy podcast, hosted by 4 or 5 my supporters who bring you their thoughts and views on everything related to LA Galaxy, straight from the stands. I am your co-host Smarts, alongside the always angry Angel, his counterpart level-headed George, and the man with the facts, Masa.
Hell yeah! Thanks.
This is Straight from the Stands.
Hey, they can all hear us.
Good evening. Nah, I felt like I haven't said that in a minute. How you guys doing?
Good evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. I mean, you could have done it last week, but you decided not to do a podcast.
Listen, here's the thing though, right? You seen like we started showing up still like tweaking this, right? If I don't have confirmation, everybody's coming, then I got to figure out the whole
I
situation.
don't know, man. Listen,
Again,
Napoleon.
I made that
some
call.
Napoleon shit.
I made 100%. I made that call. That was me. Last week was on me because I wasn't sure, but it was coming, and I have we had the new setup, and I didn't want to come out the first time with it and it being shitty. So
verga.
Hitler ass.
but we
Yeah.
stop.
Listen, if you didn't join in the first 15 minutes, you missed a history lesson. So if you don't get that reference, that's on you.
Hey, that reference has been going on for a while though.
Well, internally.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the first time it's actually mentioned on the pod.
Oh, my bad. My bad, Rudy. Sorry.
How you doing, Rudy? How you doing?
See, this is why Masa never talks. This is why Masa never talks. Yeah. Shut up, Masa.
This is how we're gonna start the show. Huh? Fucking opening sentence, huh? That's what you're gonna start with? Because
how many years have we been doing this and you're still surprised, dog?
Yes,
True,
yes. No,
true.
listen.
Whenever he has something nicely planned, we just fuck it up within the first
Exactly.
15 seconds.
And
So-
it's not even intentional. It just
And that's the thing, right? Like I'm trying to level up, and you guys, we on this.
level up.
All right,
Level up.
all
Level
right.
up. Level up.
I'm doing good. Listen, right now, Animal Crossing is life. I picked up Animal Crossing, and I've been stuck on this shit like every day for the last 2-3 days. I've been going to sleep at 6 a.m. playing Animal Crossing. So I'm all right. I am all right. Lack of sleep, but I'm all right. I've been doing all right. How you guys doing? Masa, how you doing?
I'm good, baby. I just started watching this new anime called well, it's not new, this shit's old, but it's new to me. I started watching it. It's called One Piece. Top notch. Dope notch, dog.
No shit. Where at? On what?
It's on Hulu or Crunchyroll. Either or.
Hey.
Hey, I actually noticed that Hulu has quite a bit of
Anime.
anime too. I saw they
Hulu and
had
Netflix have started too.
I saw that they had Cowboy Bebop there too, and
Yeah.
a few other ones I used to watch way back in the day. Mhm.
Cowboy Bebop was the shit. It was on Cartoon Network, no?
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah, hell
Adult
yeah.
Swim. Adult
Yep.
Swim was the shit.
Angel, other than digging deeper into history, how you doing?
I'm well, man. I fucked up because I had been doing. You know, when's the last time I had drank? When we had game night,
Uh-huh.
Damn.
yeah, that's the last time I had drank anything at all. And then beer, probably like a month before that, right? So I had gone maybe like 2-3 months without drinking any beer, and then like a month or two without drinking any type of alcohol. Then I fucked up. I went to Agnes yesterday.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You were making that one out. You were making out
Yeah.
of there without
Yeah, so I was like,
Sounds
fuck. And I was
about
good for the first, 45 minutes or so. But then I decided to take a stupid bet because I knew I was wrong. But I wanted a reason. I wanted a reason to drink, so I took a
Okay.
fat as hell. So then it seems like I lost the bet, so I have to drink. Listen, it's tactics.
Listen,
Tactics.
that's one of those L's that really are a dove. So you good.
Yeah,
Good.
exactly.
George, how you doing?
Chilling. Today I finally drank 4 bottles of water. So
So you substitute alcohol with water?
I noticed. Yeah, I noticed that I haven't drank water. But today, and I've been pissing like a racehorse. So that shit's crazy. Yeah, dog, it's crazy. Other than that, just work, and I get on Twitch here and there. A lot
Yeah.
of people on here get on there, and they see me get those dubs or kind of dubs or being. Maybe. But yeah, everything's been dope.
Oh yeah, man. Listen, I miss you fuckers. I miss hanging out on Monday nights. We haven't done it,
Yes, sir.
especially because we did like all the content, all the pre-recorded content. It just feels like a long ass gap between shows. But I'm glad we're here. Oh, we got some fucking news. Like the world seems like is starting to come back at with some.
Psych as fuck.
something. you're gonna ruin my
What?
transition
What do you
into galaxy shit. Huh?
Yo, we on like second outbreak of COVID right now, dog. The fuck
Relax.
That's
we,
accurate as well.
we about to
Relax.
die, dog.
Oh my god. So back to the show. Listen. With that being said, like,
Low key, I forgot how to do podcasts. I mean, like yeah.
yeah.
I
listen,
don't know what's going on.
Usually
Let-
those
let me-
episodes are one of our best though.
let,
When we just, like, hey, Rudy has it
True.
planned, and we just
let
wow,
me
wow.
let me hold your hand. All right, let me hold you guys' hands, and I'm gonna lead you guys here because I put some notes on the Slack channel, but nobody saw them. But
Oh, what
yeah,
you mean?
yeah,
What the fuck
we
you
read
mean?
it. The fuck? Give me a quiz.
no,
Right
I'm
now.
not giving you a
I
quiz. I'm just trying to do a fucking show. You fucking asshole. I'm not trying to quiz you
Angel
right
just
now.
wants to take another bet. He wants to drink again. He wants you to bet him.
Hey, I found some good beer from Costa Rica for you, Angel.
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh, sounds about right.
Hey, listen, we had 15 minutes to shoot the shit, and now you guys want to shoot the shit?
What you
Come
mean?
on.
I haven't stopped. I started and I haven't stopped.
All right, all right.
Now
listen.
we gotta do 15 minutes for each time we didn't do the pod.
So we're gonna do
Just
2 hour
add
show
it
just
up.
to bullshit.
Yeah, this is like a
Yeah,
6-hour
yeah,
show.
Yeah.
It's not
All
like
right,
we
no,
got
no,
shit to
no.
talk about.
Listen, we do have shit to talk about. Listen, we haven't even we didn't get a chance to talk about the whole Katai thing, right? So let's talk about that real quick. And everybody listened to. I know you guys heard. Already know the news. Already probably heard other podcasts talking about it. We haven't got a chance to talk about it, so we're gonna take a quick 5 minutes to talk about this. But my man got released over his wife's stupid, insensitive, racist as fuck post on Instagram. One, how do you guys feel about that? How do you feel about like that situation, and then how you feel about how the Galaxy handled that situation?
Honestly, seeing it was kind of disappointing to see a lot of Galaxy fans saying it was his wife, it wasn't him. And I know internally we talked about it, but we never said on the platform, like, yo, like if you're married to someone and they share those views, even if you're dating, like the person you're married to.
Yeah.
Like, you get me? Like,
Yep.
I don't care if that's your wife's views. I don't care if that's you. I don't care. Like, you guys share similar values, and if you didn't, you wouldn't be in that marriage.
Yep.
If that would have came up, deal breaker. So the whole argument of it was his wife's thing, it was no bullshit. That's your wife, and as a household, you guys take responsibility.
Listen,
If your son does something, and he gets in trouble, they're not gonna go and be like, okay, mom, you get arrested. You get me? Like, both parents take responsibility.
Yeah.
Same thing happens in a marriage.
I had the conversation with Anna, and I was like, listen, me and you don't see eye to eye things, but the shit that we don't see eye to eye with, I could deal with. If you had if you had like these type of remarks, I wouldn't be able to fuck with you. You know what I mean? Like, at all, right? Just because it goes against everything I believe in. Like, so the fact that like she's so comfortable to do it online, what happens when it's not online, right? Like
Yeah.
how does she really feel out? So like, yeah, like I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. And the way the Galaxy responded, I think, was perfect. I think it happened the week of them putting out a statement, and it just falls in line. If that's really your values,
Mhm.
if that's really what you believe in, then that's how you show it. It's not just a post. It's not just falling in line with what everyone's doing. Like, lead by example. If that shit's happening, there's no policy, a no tolerance policy. Like, get that shit out of there quick. And I think they did it perfectly. I would have wished they did it faster, but it is what it is. You get me? I
Masa, I'm
think
gonna go with
they did it based on logistics, on people signing and all that.
Masa, I'm gonna go to you because I know Angel has thoughts on this too. So I'm gonna go with you, and then let Angel finish it off.
I'm just gonna keep it short. Fuck that fool and fuck that bitch too.
Fuck it, fucking with it, with it.
That sounds about right.
Angel.
Sounds about
That's
right.
accurate.
Obviously everything to what George said, absolutely. At least I think so. There's just two things to me. One, let's say, let's just give him the benefit of the doubt, right? Let's just say, you know what? Although Rudy, you and I, we know deal about Katai because we got dirt from him when we went to ISC,
Mhm.
right? And we shared it with a lot of you guys on our chat, so everyone's no secret. Plus, he's from fucking Serbia. It's if you know your history shit, you go look up some history in Serbia, you understand. But point is that shit was up for like what 14, 15 hours, right? When we got the screenshots,
Yeah.
it had already been up on the post for like 14, 15 hours.
Yeah, it was one day prior, right?
Right, exactly. And if I see this, that from anyone, like anyone that I know closely, I'm like, it's if I'm let's say Alexander Katai, right, or any professional athlete, if I see that my spouse or someone that I live with inside my home that I see every single fucking day, I'd be like, yo, I get that we feel this way, but take it down. Let's talk about it here. Don't put that shit on blast. Let's be low key, racist or whatever the fuck you would be, because it's gonna affect your profession. Like everyone's watching this shit, right? The fact that you don't understand that people are watching you. I mean, everyone follows Alessandrini's fucking baby mama, right? So everyone knows what she's up to. It's the same concept with every other Galaxy player. I'm sure a lot of people in the Galaxy fan base are following the respective spouses of everyone else.
Yep.
Right. So how do you not know that this is, or why does it not click? Like, yo, maybe I should not be posting this. Or if you're Alexander Katai and you see that, you're gonna tell me that he didn't see it 14, 15 hours. That's when the snapshots that we got, it had already been up like 14, 15 hours.
Yeah.
So it's not like if she posted it within the hour or two to say, you know what, yeah, I give him the benefit of the doubt. He was practicing or whatever. Then he saw it. Listen, 14, 15 hours. Fuck that. He agreed 100%. There's no way around it. The other thing, and this is a lot of people are not going to admit, but this is a fact. I think to a certain group of the Galaxy fan base, I don't even think it's about the whole racist thing. It's more so it's finding this is an excuse to get rid of a player that has been weak to start the year, right? And who to me, and again, this is a personal thing, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't think Alexander Katai has been good at all, right? And you guys know how I felt about it, and I don't know if you guys caught the NAG podcast yesterday, but Spenny and I were going back and forth. He has his opinions, I have my opinions. He's on the he's good side. I'm on the he's not good enough for the Galaxy side. Right. Mm-hmm. And he tries to give me this whole thing. Like, oh, well, he hit the post twice. At the end of the day, he has no productivity, right, for the Galaxy. He came out games 50, 60 minutes in. Masa, I know you liked him, but, from what you saw from him in preseason and 2 games in, there was a lot.
Underwhelming
as fuck. It was underwhelming for a guy that we got on TAM who was a DP player for Chicago. To me, it was underwhelming, right? Yeah. And if what Katai's performance was, hitting the post and another missing a wide open header in one of the other games, if that's good for you, then your standards for the Galaxy are really low.
Yeah.
Right. So in my case, at this point, it wasn't even like I'm not gonna deny the whole racist thing, but I don't know. This is speculation. There could be something there that perhaps they use as a scapegoat, right? GPS and the rest of the team to get rid of this guy. Like, yo, this guy is not really what we need or what we wanted. We can use this as a reason for him to leave. And now, and we'll get to it, obviously, you have that open spot, a TAM spot, plus all that stuff that they already had open. Right. And obviously, we'll get to it. Now we're talking about, instead of a player like Alexander Katai, now we're talking about a player like Javier Pastore.
Oh, so yeah,
right?
let's
wrap that.
Right, wrap that up.
And that's why I bring it up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think to a certain group, and they're not going to admit this. And this is a conversation I was having with Christian. I guarantee, and any Galaxy fan that says otherwise is a fucking liar. Or you know what? Fuck it, you're not a liar. There's probably a few people that will. But if this would have been Pavon that would have done it, if there was been Chicharito that would have done it, Jonathan Dos Santos that would have done it, we would have said, oh, no, it was his wife. It wasn't him. A lot of people would have been quick to... Yes. No. A lot of people...
personally, me, no.
Listen, fine.
Yeah, that's the thing, right?
Right. We don't know, right? It's speculation. Yeah. But I'm in agreement with Chris in that I don't think it'd be the overwhelming amount of people saying, hey, it was his wife.
You know what? But see, and again, I don't want to drag this too long, but I'll contradict that, because I think if it was a higher profile player, it would have been even more, right?
Because I think absolutely a bigger statement of releasing a player like that, of course. But again, I'm just saying, I don't think. Again, it's speculation, right? We don't know, but I just know what our Galaxy fan base is like, right? And how these people are
erratic.
Right, exactly. I can honestly see something like that happening. Right, so it looks Satan came in.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I think. Like legit, that's what I think. A lot of people may not agree or think that I'm crazy or whatever, but I generally think that there's a good portion of the fan base that would been quick to be like, oh no, it was his wife or something. The complete opposite of what we saw if it was certain players, which is why I'm getting to, or I generally think that it was more so, not because of the statements of the Galaxy, it was more so, hey, Katai was underwhelming, and this was a good way of getting rid of him.
Well, listen, I hope that wasn't the case, because the temperament of the whole situation is what it is.
These are plausible things.
With that being said, though, you're 100% right. Like, his release did open up a spot and the wages, right? Which puts us in a interesting opportunity, because I know this month, and unless the whole, because of COVID, the markets are changing. But this month we should be getting the secondary market open, right? What is this, the summer transfer window? Uh, so that means we have some money and we have a spot. Uh, that being said, like Javier Pastore has been one of the names who got circled around a lot in the last week and into this week.
Mhm.
What do you guys think of Flaco? What do you guys think of Pastore being a possible addition to the team? Anyone wanna go?
I have things that I could say, but I want to hear from Masa, right? Because I think you followed him enough, right? Are you're familiar with the player?
Yeah,
So I want to get your thoughts. I whoops, sorry. I want to get your thoughts and opinions on the potential of Javier Pastore.
I think he's what we need at the moment. Um, he hasn't been playing though, but the same could be said about most of the players that we have right now, which was
Mhm.
Chicha when he came in, Pavon when he came through. You know, but Pastore is someone who I think I would like to see in a camera because I think that's where he is played the best. He could play winger at times, but I think he's that person that you could say like a better Fabio Alvarez, just a more consistent player. Like you could put the pieces together going
Yeah.
forward. So it'll be exciting and interesting to see how we can get Pastore with all three DP spots full.
You know what? I agree with you as far as that, but and everything you hit it was spot on. But I'd rather see that on the wing. I think that's what we've been lacking as a winger, because someone that could take on a defender one on one. And I think what we've been going to is, instead of sending those balls, take that player. And Pastor is a creative player that could, he's good with the ball at his feet. And if you could do that and kind of add a sense of urgency or a sense of panic to the defense, where you have to drop in that second defender and then you swing in the ball through the floor, like I think that's exactly what we need. Listen, creative, fast, good is everything. He checks off all the lists, and I think that's exactly what I would like to see as a winger, which is what we have in Pavon. He's that electric player that kind of could switch it up, and defenses don't know what's happening. If we put a Leggett or anyone on the right wing, I think it's going to be a little bit obvious of what we're trying to do. And I think Pastore adds that sense of dynamic role
What
to the.
don't you think? Don't you think it was pretty obvious what we were trying to do now, or at least right before the season, came to a stop. Like we had one that we knew they were gonna go for, and they had Chicharito, right?
Mhm.
But nobody in the middle, nobody in the midfield. Like creative wise, I love Jonah. I mean, in the midfield, I love Jonah. He's not the most creative guy. Uh, Sasha came in when we thought he was gonna be better based on the preseason. And the first
Mhm.
2 games he kind of fell off, right? Like legit wasn't really creating anything. So I honestly do believe that like that midfield, that Cam, as Massa was saying, is super important, right? Because if you have that Cam that could take up space and also create,
Yeah.
he'll open up the spaces that we need, right? Like so even if you have a not so fast, legit out wide, if Pastor can find him a space, it makes up for that speed that he lacks, right? And then Pavon, he's gonna be magic, right? And if
Yeah.
he once every once in a while he could ping Chicharito with a through ball or a through pass inside the area, like Chicharito, what we're hoping for is he can score, right? So I really do think like that camp position is important, just because like you have somebody solid like Jonah in the midfield already who plays that box to box, does a lot of dirty work. And if you have somebody who creative skills like Pastore in the midfield, I think that could be a major key.
If you see a lot of Chicharito, I think he benefits from his wingers more than he does from the player
Yeah.
coming from behind.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think Pastore could create that space for legit out wide or anybody out wide, right? Like, he could find those passes that most people don't see and leave you with space. So where when you're lacking that speed that you usually get in a winger, if you have the space, you can make up for that. My
Well,
thoughts.
not only that, Pastore is the type of player who could create something out of nothing, right?
Yeah.
And the only other player I would say could do that is Pavon. Everyone else is in need of someone else, uh, and he would be like, I don't want to say he would be like Ibra, but I mean Ibra was the last player besides Pavon that could create something out of nothing, and Pastore is that type of player. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for it if it's possible because I wouldn't understand how it's possible.
Angel, give me thoughts on Pastore.
Listen, exactly what Masa said, and I said this yesterday. With Eddie and him and
Like this.
Bryant. Pastore is, I'd say a way better version of Fabio Alvarez
Yeah.
because he can play in that camera. He can play in the wing role, and he can also play in the forward role, right? So one thing that Pastore is giving you now, he's not just giving you a versatility player, but from the coaching perspective as GBS, now you have some, I say versatility from the coaching perspective, where you can change your tactics and you can have a play that can really impact those tactics.
Could be different.
Right. So if you want, you can really play that 4-3-3 style now with a player like Javier Pastore that GBS wants to play, because Pastore is familiar with that system. If you want to play the current system, where you actually have a cam and then you're rolling CM and one CDM, Pastore can play that. If you want to play a conventional 4-4-2, Pastore can play that. Right. So it makes sense to me for multiple reasons. Of course, Masa said, we're talking about a TAM guy here, but he's, listen, at this point, I'm sure the Galaxy can figure something out, right?
Yeah.
Where they can do something like they did with Zlatan. Hey, we'll come through in TAM next year. You BDP. Boom.
And it's only like the remaining year's salary, right? So like it's not the full salary they'll pay for him. So it's like prorated one. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of his size though, right? Because he's not a physical guy, right? And in MLS, when you lack the skill, you kind of make it up with the physical aspect of it, right?
But he's skillful.
I'm asking. I'm throwing it out there.
The
Okay.
difference,
All right, fair.
so with Fabio, the issue was the physical, right? I mean, he played for, what was it, Tucumán, I think? How many Libertadores games or how many Sudamericana games did Tucumán play? None, zero. How often did he see any physical players outside of Argentina? We're talking about Pastore, plays League One, big physical players. He played in Italy, big physical players. And my man put work in both leagues. So I don't see why in MLS he wouldn't be able to put up numbers or do well physically. And they give you a lot more space in MLS to attack than they do in those two leagues, in my opinion. I think the space that's given to him, I think he'll manage.
I've always liked Pastore, so like I'm in, right? Like he has a possibility, I'm in. Like I think he's super. He came up in the wrong era for Argentina, where there's too many players that are super dope for him to get like super noticed. But I think he's super dope. Like I really like him. The chat's going wild saying we're looking into like offensive players, but we need some defensive reinforcements. What do you guys think? Like go for a Pastore, like a player like Pastore, or look into defense.
It depends on the player too.
Well, that's not entirely true. Yes, they have a fair point. But we don't have a winger. We just got rid of a right winger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We didn't lose a defender.
So, we didn't lose a defender. Right now, we have a starting back four, right? And a potential... Well, here, just talk about depth, right? And let's talk about the back line. We have... And let's just go based on the last game that we actually saw, right? It was Insua, right? It was Depuy. It was Gonzalez. And it was Feldster. Feldster has a backup in Araujo, right? Both Gonzalez and Depuy have a backup in Steres, right? And then unfortunately, Danilo Costa went down, so there was that issue. But we did see Cuello at one point, play left back, and he didn't look too bad. Point is, in a matter of, let's say, having to put a band-aid, right? Araujo can probably play the left back role just for the sake of a game or two, right? Or for the sake of point is, going into this tournament that we're gonna get to, we have defensive players. We have that figured out, right? It's definitely a need, and no one's going to deny that, but it's not the pressing need right now.
Yep.
Midfielders, center midfielders, or your typical just in the center mid, we have plenty right now.
Yep. Stack.
Apart from Pavon, what other winger do we have?
Yep.
That's it.
We don't.
We start looking back
at right. We had Katai, yes, but now we don't. We need to fill that spot, and that's what we're talking about, Pastore.
Yeah. And it's interesting, right? Because moving on to this MLS tournament, they get to pull in the 23-man roster for every game, right? They're, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're going to have the 5 subs.
Yeah, they're going to get 5 subs.
So we'll get to see some of that. And actually, let me take a step back and let's talk about this. Rumors and transfer news is going to be an ongoing thing because now we have the money, now we have a spot. So I like this season, right? Because it's when we start hearing crazy names Those Balotelli, we were talking about Balotelli earlier last week.
I started that, dog. First
Hashtag
episode of our
yep,
pod.
Balotelli to LA. But Balotelli to LA. So, but we'll see. Like it's crazy. We're gonna hear some wild names. And I'm all for it. So we'll definitely talk about it every week. But for now, let's move into what we do know. MLS is back, and that's the name of the tournament. What the fuck? That's not even the worst part about it, right? But it's back. We have a tournament from July 8th to August 11th. We know for a fact the Galaxy is going to play at least 3 games in this tournament, maybe more, depending on the results. First of all, can we talk about how big of a bullshit that that draft was? Can we talk about how big of a bullshit that draft was? Because they pretty much put all the rivalries together in each group so they can make it, interesting. And I thought that was it was hilarious because like the way they presented it. First of all, my man was pulling out the balls off of like an egg carton and a salad bowl. Like, you know what I mean? Like yo, you have
it was obvious when the people were calling the name. Like if you're looking at me, I look at a paper. Look at me. Look at a paper. It's like
what am I supposed to say?
I know exactly. I know what I'm about to say. I know what I'm about to say. Like if you tell me, hey, read this script or read off of this, like we know it's randomized, but we know the league knows what number they put, who they put in there.
Yeah,
like it's okay. As you see, like if you're looking at the screen right now, Seattle, Vancouver.
Yeah, you got
Orlando, Miami.
Yeah,
Chivas, Galaxy. Like you get me?
Yeah, I thought it was.
Toronto, Montreal. You're right.
Like they just listen. I'm not
RSL
even
Colorado.
I'm not even upset that they did this, right? But they could have been transparent, not try to pretend like this is some look at the draw. Like it's not that, right? Like it's not that. Yeah. Again, I'm not upset that they did this because like I'll watch. I'm probably gonna watch more of these matches than I would have, right? If it was like some teams I don't want to watch.
Let's be honest here. You were gonna watch all the games that you'd be able to watch.
Yeah.
It's ESPN Fox.
Yes.
I'm gonna catch every fucking game that I'm able.
Catching every game. I feel like it's a World Cup. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's the format, right? Like the format is that. But yeah, like so, I just wanted to get that off my chest. Like I thought it was a fail. I thought it was a fail just because they did it that way. Like it could have been dope if they would have just like we taken advantage of it and putting these matches together. So I think that would have been dope. But whatever, it is what it is. But that's the matchups. Let's talk about what the Galaxy matches look like. We got by random luck, completely real, nothing rigged. We got Levas, Houston, and Portland. Which, to be fair, they're all fucking good games. Like these are all games.
Group of death, right? Correct.
Yeah, easy call.
Okay.
Easy call, in my opinion. And of course, super biased because we're fucking Galaxy fans, right? But I mean, these matches are matches that I would want to see. We traveled to Houston. We were going to travel to Portland, and we're definitely going to be at Stank. So these are matches that we're going to watch anyways. What are you guys' thoughts on this? Like, what are you guys feeling? And actually, just to make things clear, right? In case you didn't know, the tournament is playing group stage. So one match against every team in your group. You get 3 points for the season. Or you get points for the season based on the results of this tournament. So if you get a dub, that's 3 points. If you get a draw, that's 1 point that goes towards the season. You get a Champions League, 2021 Champions League spot if you win the tournament, and you get $1.1 million if you win the tournament. Right?
That right there is incentive enough.
I think that's
which one? What is?
For the players, the 1.1 million, right? Because the players get that bonus.
Yeah,
they get the money.
And
then as a club, you should want like your front office should push that you need to win this because of the Champions League. Because this is probably the easiest, shortest way to get into Champions League next season.
Yeah,
even to the fans.
7 games. Right?
I mean, personally, before even with this tournament coming back, it wasn't until I heard that the Champions League berth was the title, so to say, that I was interested. Like, cool, the Galaxy was going to be back. Like, it's a preseason tournament. Cool, it is what it is. It felt like the Arizona tournament that we did a couple years back with Ziggy with all the. It felt like that.
What was it, like the Diamond Cup or whatever it was?
Yeah, something like whatever it was. When they added that Champions League berth, I immediately wanted it because it's something we haven't like as Galaxy fans.
In a minute,
we understand Champions. Like it was just it was a born right for us. You get me? And the fact that we haven't had that in a while, it's just that incentive that made it that much sweeter.
Yeah. those are the games, and again, we don't know when we play what team and what time, but those are the games. And to be honest, if we get to see the G's play, these are gonna be good games. These are games that I wanted to see, so I'm excited for it. Do you want to take a real quick crack at predicting what the results are for these? We don't have to go to scores. We could just go
I
dub
said
L,
we
or
just
draw.
crash out. I don't even think we're getting out of every group.
Stop. We need these points for the fucking season.
I know
Don't
we
say
do,
that.
but I don't think we are gonna get
All
out
right.
of the group.
So let's go. Let's go. What are you saying, Angel? What are you saying, Nick, versus Levas?
We're gonna take that L. That's for sure, and not for sure, but because it's a rivalry game, anything can happen, right?
But you're saying
But
that
we have issues. Listen, we can't figure. We can't. We don't. We have problems. In terms of our right now, we're not even talking about depth. Right now, we're talking about starting position problems. We don't get those things fixed. We can't compete against a team that's core has been there for 3 years, right? They already have a style. They already have a system, right?
Houston has a new
They're good
coach,
to go.
though.
Huh?
Houston has a new coach, correct?
No,
Yeah,
but he's talking
well,
about levels.
we'll get to it.
Though.
Right now,
Yeah,
talking
we're
about levels. Yeah. So that right now, and this is another thing too that we can get to. Like, I don't think we're favored now. I don't think we should feel any pressure in this tournament. I think we should try to win, yes, but it should be more of a learning thing and see what else we can do to beef up our team for the regular season. Right? We should still take it as a fucking preseason.
Yeah.
We should, and that's essentially what it is. People keep making this thing more than it really is. I get it, but it's preseason. Shit, we played San Jose in a preseason game. We took a fat ass L in Irvine. So it's.
Well, listen, I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, like, it's really not though, right? Because we are like this is gonna count for points.
I mean, it
based
is.
on the regular
Yes,
season.
of course, and obviously the Champions League berth, which all
Yeah,
four of us really want to. We know, right? And again, I'm not saying that I don't think they're gonna try. I just don't think we have right now, based on what we've seen, and now removing a player. I don't see it. Like, I think we lose there. Houston has nothing to play for. Every time we play against Houston and they have nothing going for them, they just want to fuck us, and they do. They
So,
have.
You saying that's an L
I
too?
see yes. The only team I think we're going to beat is Portland Timbers. I don't know if 3 points or whatever, the 1 point or whatever, how they're doing it is going to be anything. And even then, realistically, I think we're probably going to tie with Portland. There's something about us playing with Portland where we actually tend to play well against them. So
we can't get the result though, right? Like, last few years we played well against them, but we can't get results against them.
I mean, we beat them the home opener last year.
All right, but then we taken L's in Open
well, we
Cup.
lost in the Open Cup, but we tied. No, we took the fat ass L 4-0 over there, but that I didn't show up to. But apart from that, but even the season before that, we went to Portland. We tied 1-1, and then we won the home game. So it's not like it's with Portland's point is with Portland. It's the one that I see that there's more of a chance of.
So what do you call it?
Positive result.
Draw or a draw?
I'll say a draw. Fuck it, I'll say a draw.
All right, yeah. Master, let me go with you. Let's talk about Levels. What do you think we do there?
And we get that dub.
Let's go.
Cause fuck Levels.
Why? Just cause fuck Levels?
Yeah.
All right, I'll take that. What about Houston? What are we doing, Houston?
We taking L's.
We're taking L against Houston.
they daddy as fuck right now.
My back still hurts a little bit,
They're rock throwers. That's why.
And then can't confirm or deny for sure. And then we got Portland. What do you think for Portland?
I think we get that dub right there too.
All right. So Masa has dub, lost in a dub. So 6 points out of the group. George, what do you got for Levas?
Same exact with Masa. Dub to Portland and L to Houston.
Damn, for real. Houston is the one, huh? Houston is the one that we're gonna take an L.
Easy, dog. They've been the one the last 3 years.
Houston
the last 3 years.
Yeah, that's real daddy right now. Like, that's daddy. And Masa's right. That's daddy. And fuck Houston, but that's daddy right now.
I'm gonna say draw versus Levas. I'm gonna say loss versus Houston.
I can see that though. I can see that.
And I'm gonna say a dub versus
Portland.
It's interesting though, right? Because like this gives us really the real opportunity to see. One, I like the fact that they started training. They started full team training today, right?
Yeah.
So they.
By the way, really quick, I'll bet money on this shit. I'll bet someone $5 right now.
But
we're gonna get Levas as the last game of the group.
You think so?
Yeah, and it's gonna ride down to that game if we should go
No,
through or
shouldn't
not.
it?
Watch.
If it's World Cup, isn't it first and second go, third and fourth
Nah,
go?
it's
Then
always raffled. Like it's always randomized.
No. That's not how World Cup works.
yeah,
Isn't
and
that
you
how-
already owe me.
You're
You
the,
already owe me a
let-
you're
shot.
the seated. You're the
So take a
seated
shot.
host.
No, but it's MLS though, right?
Yeah.
So they'll figure out which one's gonna give you the best ratings. Though. Like
Yeah,
you know
'cause
for a fact,
automatically, or Miami and Orlando, the first game. They're the
yeah,
inaugural.
and you know that one's
That's
not
not
gonna.
gonna be.
That one's not gonna be
That's fine.
6:30 in the
I mean-
morning, right? This is something we didn't touch. We didn't talk about. Like games are 6:30 in the morning, 5 p.m. and 7:30.
Perfect. I'm still gonna be awake, so I'm not gonna sleep.
All of them, right? Yeah, exactly.
They did it for your sleep schedule.
yeah. Oh yeah.
But you're having the RSL Colorado game at fucking at 6:30 in the morning, right? And then you're having the Inter Miami Orlando at 7:30 p.m. Right? Like, so I 100% agree with you, George, or Angel actually. They'll make it so it's the last game, the one that's supposed to count the most. But here it is. Also, we didn't mention like the format. Top 2 teams advance, and the top four third place teams advance, right? So potentially you get some points, and you can advance even in the third place position. Listen, Angel has us 1 point. Masa and George has 6 points. I have 4 points. We'll see if that's enough, or we'll see if first of all, we'll see if we get the shit right. But we'll see if that point is enough. But again, let's go back to saying like the boys are started practicing together today at the stadium. That gives us a couple weeks before the tournament even starts. What do you think we'll see a better team out there? Like, do you think that gives us enough time to kind of work some of the kinks out, get some more chemistry? What are your thoughts on
Nope. I think we see the same exact team that we saw, but that's perfect because I think a lot of teams are going to be coming down to our level.
that?
I mean, to be
so
honest
we're not
with you-
improving. They're just gonna get worse. The other teams are getting worse.
Yeah. I don't see us improving at all. I hope we take this preseason tournament with a season, this whatever we want to call it, as a way to find our creativity. If anything, this is Corona was the biggest
MLS
blessing
is
in
back.
disguise for us. Just because I didn't see our creativity coming in any shape or form. We might have gotten it mid-season, and I think by then it would have been too late. So, yeah, that's personally
All
me.
right, but is this still in the tone that you're being super negative, just in case things work out and it feels good for you, or just realistic?
If
Like
anything,
that's how you
I'm
feel.
always the complete opposite, except when it came to this team. When it came to this team with the whole Chicha and everything moving, I called it from the beginning. There wasn't going to be creativity. I still to this day call out Spenny because Spenny was messaging me during that episode. He's like, "No, we're gonna have you. You don't understand this and that." We're not gonna have the creativity, especially now when we're replacing a piece in the attack. I don't see it. If anything, it might. If we get past the stage, if we get that second or third place, I think we're out. I don't see us winning this tournament, but that's just me.
What Angel Masa, who wants to go? That was something different.
Masa.
Or you guys agree with George?
I agree with George.
Negative Nancy's today, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, look, I guess a positive can be said, like what George said, right? Every team is coming at the same. Right now, it's no one started preseason earlier in terms of, hey, we could do this. No, because of the pandemic, right? I mean, think of San Jose, for example. If I recall clearly, they were the last ones to be allowed to practice because I guess in Santa Clara County or wherever they're from, they couldn't because it was really like it was severe out there, worse than LA. So you add that into mix, sure. Add a week or two, whatever. But at the end of the day, these teams barely started practicing, right? Barely. People were sure doing fitness at home or whatever. But you guys know this. Like, if you try working out at home, doesn't matter what fitness you, it's not the same thing as going high intensity and practice against your teammates.
Yeah, that's what I even try.
But yeah, you get the. I don't know, man. The one thing I will say, I guess, to add some optimism, right, is that it's gonna come down really to which players are the best players and who's gonna do shit like moments of brilliance.
Yeah,
right? We definitely have players that are capable of doing that. That's without a doubt. So
Well,
maybe that will help.
I think for me, why I'm a little more optimistic is because they haven't been out there for 3 months, right? These guys are athletes, they're soccer players. They this is their bread and butter, right? And they literally took that away from them for 2 months, where they couldn't be out there doing what they do. So I think that's gonna give them extra hunger. and you said it yourself, like we have players who could make a difference, right? We could name more than a handful of players in our team that could make a difference, and I think we'll see some of that shine, right? I believe that we have more players at a higher caliber than most other teams do. They just hadn't figured out how to work together. And I think George might be right. They still might not be able to do it, but I think they have moments of brilliance that can get us through and win some of these matches in advance. Now, do we win the whole thing? I want to see the rest of the teams come out, right? Because as you guys are mentioning, everybody's starting at zero again, right? So I do want to see how some teams, some teams for sure are going to pick it up faster than others. Other teams are going to struggle to get their fitness and get the rhythm back. So I want to see where we land on that, and I want to see how much effort and that little extra something our players that we have bring to the table, because I think we could do it. And again, right, like anytime the Galaxy plays, I think they're going to win. So that's that. Unless it's Houston at that last game of the season, I always think the Galaxy's going to win.
Curious, when do they report to Orlando? I haven't looked
June
at
20?
anything.
June
June
24th.
All teams, correct? All
That-
teams?
that's
24th to 28th. Yep.
One or two, but that's when they're able to start coming in.
Okay. Oh, they're
Yes,
able to.
yeah,
Start
they'll
moving.
start-
Okay, so
start
June
moving.
24th, 28th. I'm gonna guess maybe it's be 24 because 28th is too close to July 3rd. That's when the first game is, right?
Yeah,
July 8th.
July 8th. 7th.
July 8th? Okay,
we just had the
whatever.
fucking
Weird.
notes.
Listen,
I
listen.
just had the
Well,
And
fucking
I
notes.
bring it up. I
We're in
bring
the
this up
ballpark.
because, well, in general, right, when we talk about going to away games,
July 8th.
we talk about elevation.
Yeah.
We talk about heat, humidity. I think it's because we talked about being at zero. I think, with maybe exception of the teams that live in that type of weather, right? Humidity, hot, whatever. But for the most part, though, they're all going to be able to adapt to some level. So it's not going to be like, hey, just this weekend we're going to go play Orlando, in 90-degree weather, but it's going to feel like 110 because of the humidity and whatever, right? No, everyone's going to be there for at least like a week, at least a week. So there's going to be some level of being able to be, I guess, on par with everyone. Like there's really going to be no home field advantage when it comes to things like weather and stuff like that. So I think that's another thing you can add into that, Rudy, in terms of positivities, and optimism. There's really gonna be no advantage for anyone.
Anybody. Yep. Yeah,
Anybody,
there's no home. There's no home field
Plus,
advantage.
everyone's
at
been
all.
indoors for the most part. So it's even the people that are from Orlando, from anywhere in the South where they have the type of weather. It's not like they're in a massive advantage right now.
Yeah. Again, man, I'm full of optimism just because my Galaxy's playing, and anytime they play, I always think they're gonna win. But at the end of the day, though, I am just happy to see the boys come back, man. You know what I mean? Like I legit listen. I have a dope ass setup at home. I've been working every day. I've been gaming every day. I've been eating every day. I've been drinking most every day. Like I've been living all right. Like I'm not gonna complain about anything else. But the one thing I'm missing is watching the Galaxy play, going to the stadium. Like those two things are the things that I'm like, fuck, I missed that. Right? Everything else I could deal with. You know what I mean? So I'm just happy they're back. I'm happy there's a scheduled, or at least dates that we know they're gonna play, and they're coming back, man. I'm happy we get to do this fucking show again. So I'm full of optimism. I think the boys are gonna do better than we think they are, and I hope this is the tone for the rest of the year.
I just
Well, I
don't
hope
want to
so.
I don't want to get my hopes up, dog. I'm already broken.
I'm
Last
okay.
2 or 3 seasons. Like,
Okay, dog. That's what love's all about, though.
Hey,
I wanna know what love is. Hell yeah.
I have a theory
What's it
that we
there?
might not want to hear. I don't think that this tournament finishes out.
You think so? Oh, that would suck.
think so.
Now that'd be a
Because of the
heartbreaker, dog.
spike?
That'd be a heartbreaker.
Florida's having?
Yeah, I don't think that this tournament finishes that out.
Listen, they're gonna be quarantined, so I think they'll figure it out. What I'm scared
All
of
it
is
takes
after
one.
all I'm scared of is what happens afterwards, right? Because if you see spikes in different areas, and some areas are a lot more locked down than others, how does it continue after that, right? Like so, but I think we're getting ahead of ourselves right now as it stands. What is it? June 15th. We should see the Galaxy play in about 2 weeks, and I mean, and I'm gonna run with that until otherwise. I'm looking forward to it. Do we have anything else to add? Anything else that I missed? Did I miss anything on this? Nope. Cool. George, did we get questions today?
Yeah, we did.
Awesome. No special jingle or cute screen
I
for
was
that.
waiting for-
Nah, not yet. I was working on everything else, but it's
Oh.
coming.
All right.
Since they're gonna be in Orlando. Oh, it's me, Mickey
That's
Mouse. Oh.
what we're going with.
Yeah.
All right, let's go with some fucking questions.
Emmanuel H wants to know: are we able to have an SG gathering soon?
Listen, actually, Angel reached out last week. I think it was last week.
Yeah, I shot you a
Days-
message last week.
days are blurred. We're gonna try to figure out what's capable. And once we get the schedule, once we figure out what's capable, we'll see what we can do. But definitely, I mean, like if we can, we'll definitely try. Um, but we just want everybody to be safe and want to make sure that we're not putting anybody in risk and shit. So we're working on it. We're trying to figure it out. Angel's not, Angel stepped down from the board and he's still being super helpful. So we're trying to figure it out.
All right. LA Fern wants to know. We already talked about it, but I asked the question. I want everyone's thoughts on the random draw. We said it's bullshit. Antoine the Great.
Random.
Antoine the Great said thoughts on Pastore rumors. We talked about that. Mr. TP22 wants to know, will Borrachos be relegated this season? The
I hope
answer
so.
is yes.
Yeah.
Because then I'll be able to join the team and then bring him back up.
Listen, I missed this week's I missed my commentary duty so this week, but I'll be there next week. I'll Eddie's the new manager. He needs a little time to fucking set up, but I have faith in them. They won't be relegated. They'll make playoffs. Still have faith in them. Let's go Borrachos. Vamos Bolos.
They're in third place,
Vamos
though.
Bolos.
Yeah, there's only 3 teams in the league.
No.
All right. Albertino Morales wants to know, do we sign a new player before the tournament starts? Oof.
No.
Okay.
I don't think it's before the tournament starts.
When does the summer transfer window open?
I think it's the end of June.
At the end of June?
Like legit, like the 30th, I think, or something like that.
I think we get someone.
Think so?
Oh, okay.
Yep, I think we do. If it's gonna be Pastore or anyone that wing, I don't know. But if supposedly we were in deep stages with Alan Franco, then what's to stop it from him coming?
So being a shot on it or what? No, fuck with you. Totally kidding.
He already owes me a shot.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
All right. Follow-up question: will we see an improvement in team chemistry with the tournament? We've already answered that. Some of us think hopefully. I think no. So yeah. Armenta R121 wants to know, Katargan and Pavon most likely leaving. Who do you bring in?
Say it again.
He's saying Qatar is gone,
and
Pavon is most likely leaving.
Yeah, well, Qatar is gone.
Can we leave that towards the end? Because then we can also talk about the rumors. Obviously, we had talked about in the group chat, our chat about Tapia, right, potentially coming in, and we talked about it'd probably be a long-term play for Jonas' replacement, right? So we can, if you guys want, we can talk about that at the end.
Well, let's talk about it now, because I mean, rumors are in the beginning.
Rumors
in the beginning. But, you know what I mean?
All right. Well, then that, right? So in terms of replacement for Pavon, I really don't know. I think right now with the way the current market is, given the whole COVID situation, anything can change. I mean, some teams are probably going to be struggling financially across the globe, right? So we might be able to get some player we thought was going to be out of possibility a few months back, right? But now all of a sudden, because their team is probably hurting, they have to sell. We might be able to get, I don't know, I guess for the sake of conversation, Messi or Ronaldo, right? Messi, in Cam, and then Ronaldo forward. There you go. That's what we're gonna get next year. But you get what I'm saying, like anything can happen. I really don't know because of that situation that we're currently in financially. A lot of teams might be struggling, so we should be able to ideally, hopefully, get someone that's gonna be as good as Pavon. Yeah. So we'll see. But right now it's too early to call because we don't know what the rules are going to look like. Yeah. We don't know if FIFA's going to make anything.
And then Roberto Rosa on the chat says summer window open June 10th, but due to the situation, they changed it to September. I don't know where the MLS will fall. So like again, right? Like it's an ever changing thing. Like, times is different. Times the normal is not normal anymore. So we don't know.
And if that's the case, then we're not getting anyone until September. There you go.
Yeah, listen. Again, we can't confirm none of that because I don't think it's been, announced that what's going on with transfer windows. So everything was just speculation.
Gabriel Gua 51 brings up a good point that I forgot to mention. No refuerzos for the Orlando tourney. I know they added the rule about 5 subs. That could help out a lot of teams, and we're not one of those teams.
You don't think we have the depth for it?
Hell no.
I mean,
name 5 players that are going to come off the bench for us.
Well, it depends who our starting 11 is going to be first.
But just look at the midfield, right?
Just name 5 players. Then give me 5 players that could potentially.
Araujo.
Okay, we're already diminishing in Araujo. Keep going.
What do you mean? No. What do you mean diminishing?
Yeah,
we can make a legitimate argument. Oh, an attack.
In talent?
You're gonna say Araujo's not talented? Dog, I think he should be our starting right back.
But see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I also think this is good for
What?
this tournament is good for that, right? Because we get to see like not only Araujo is he cut out, because I think he's good. I agree with Angel. I think he's good, but we get to see
He's
him.
good, but listen,
We good, all right, but I think he's good. And then like imagine the work rate
Okay,
that Jonah
we'll go
and
back to the conversation, I guess.
keep
Back to-
going. Yeah, keep going.
5 realistic substitutions depending on how the
Uh-huh.
game's going, right? So there's Stairs, there's Araujo.
Mhm.
Depending on what version of the center mids we're playing with, there's Kitchen, Giovanni Corona, and then Emil Cuello or the other kid, Efrain Alvarez. So
You
that's
give me
6 right there.
like to me that I personally don't feel that's something that's
Wait,
that's something. To
but you
talk
think
about.
other teams
That's
are
something to go
better?
Crazy for.
You think
but-
other teams are better
But
than that?
do you think other exactly? Do you think other teams have better?
More talent than that? Like that's
Yeah.
talent. Like what Adrian said, Araujo, like he's young, he's not proven, but I think he's talent. I don't see other teams having more talent than that, more players with that talent, right? Especially like somebody like Sasha. Let's say Sasha's not a player, not a starting player, but he has the last 30 minutes where he's fresh legs. And we all see him that he has moments that he's brilliant. So if he has fresh legs 30 minutes, he can do something. Like I think there's a lot, like again, not
Before we left to the season, did we ever mention bringing off any of those players?
Well, again,
Yeah,
I
like bring them
I
on?
could make an I could legit. I
Emil
actually would prefer,
Cuello?
no, I would prefer Araujo playing a right back.
Over Felcher?
Yeah, over Felster, and I would prefer Perry Kitchen in a CDM role as opposed to having Sasha playing a cam role and just having a version of either Joe Benny Corona with Jonah or Legit with Jonah.
Listen,
and also think
Listen,
also
I'm for it. I'm for it. The Galaxy's always been good with names, but I don't see these players. Last year we were finishing off with Efron not even being a part of the conversation with him
With-
saying, "Yo, what happened to this kid?"
well, check it out. Here's the thing, though, right? With having 5 substitutions per game, with having 23 players in the roster in your bench, I think gives you opportunity to try not only different players but different schemes at different times, right? If something's not working out for 60 minutes, you have the ability to completely change that, right? Given that you have practiced that and there's that, but like it gives them more opportunities to make more
Yeah,
drastic
I'm
changes.
gonna make it easy for you guys. It's simple, dog. We have a good bench if we're up, and we need to close down a game.
Well, that's why I
That's
said
it.
depending on
If
what's going on. in the
if
game.
we're down, we're fucked. It's that simple.
And I was gonna get to that right now because
And the Galaxy known for yeah.
That's
Listen,
where the
we have
problem
two
is.
we have 2 games in this season. We have 2 games. Like I think
Still,
it's
dog,
no
we didn't
still
win.
no still no
We didn't
still.
win, though.
We didn't win.
This season we didn't look good either.
Listen again, but we played 2 games, and that's how we come up with the conclusion of the season is 2 games again. But I'm in a different spectrum from you guys because I'm being way
You're
positive. and
really
you guys-
optimistic.
yeah, of course, right? But I always think like 2 games, and just to be clear, like I think Jay doesn't get any chances in those 2 games. Oh, no, I'm lying to you. He had 1 chance that I clearly remember, but he didn't have a flurry of chances. And if we create that, like we'll be fine. We're gonna be fine. Argument is pending, depending on games to be played. But I don't want to judge this team off of 2 games. I don't think that's.
But we
that's
should
fair.
though, because we're gonna judge this on 3 games. A tournament is 3 games.
Yeah, but it's consistent games. But now we see, and even at that, right? Listen, right now our predictions, Massa and Georgia have been winning 2 games. I haven't won 1 game, drawing 1 game, and that's it, right? So we're not even we're not even thinking high expectations for this tournament, but we should see more of it, right? Because now we're playing 3 games and they're consecutive, so we can see that them working on it like consecutively within I think it's what week and a half of games. So again, all we're talking right now is all speculation based on what we saw for 2 games and what we think
See,
could happen.
But to George's point, and to add to what Rudy said, I guess right now we have to be winning, right, in order for these substitutions that I mentioned to happen. That's why I said depending on game situation, which is why we still need a winger, right? Which is why we still need, because even then there is a way where we can talk about potentially having Leggett playing on the wing, right, or even throwing Araujo in the wing just to go fucking run around like a headless chicken. Yes, but then we don't have depth for forward. We're going to throw fucking Ethan Zuback. We're not going to win Ethan Zuback.
That's accurate.
So
That's
you know,
accurate. Fuck.
Micho Rizzo, hell yeah.
so verga.
Micho Rizzo 11 wants to know. Hi, I'm new to ACB. I'd like to meet all of you one day. When can I come?
Whenever we gather.
Whenever coronavirus allows it.
Actually, we're doing a gathering next week. Show up to 121. We got you.
There you go. All right, we'll
There
be
you
there
go.
for sure.
All right. Big Ocho wants to know. This question goes to Angel. Quotation marks ACB plugs. Would the viewing party still go down?
Yeah, I think we answered that.
I know Rudy alluded to that. Actually, I did shoot him a message last week about once we find out what the Galaxy schedule is going to be like, reaching out to our current bar partners to see what is possible for them, right? Because I know that a lot of bars have regulations how many people they can have, if it's standing room only or what the deal is, right? We don't know. So the plan, I guess, I don't know if Rudy did it, but my idea, which is what I share with them, is reach out to these bar partners that we work with now and find out what their availability is and what they can do. Obviously, it's going to be depending on, if Galaxy play at a certain time.
Yep. Yeah, the schedule needs to come out, and then we have to figure out what the restrictions are with the bars, what our partner bars.
Oh yeah, 6:30 bars.
I'm
See,
down.
but that's dope. But a lot of you, and I used to do that shit. Get up early to go watch the fucking EPL games at fucking Fox and Hounds or Old King's Head. So yeah, and that's just dope. A beer at 6:30 in the morning, fuck yeah.
That ends up with Rudy on Olympic Boulevard.
Burning Angels jersey.
All right, going to Twitter. Alex wants to know, excuse my language, but how flippin' excited are y'all for the tourney? And do y'all think the picks were rigged? All of us are excited. Rudy is, I think, the most excited. He thinks we're going to take it.
We'll win. We're in the World Cup.
And,
We're in the World Cup.
Win the World Cup, yeah.
And we all think that it was rigged. Ramiro wants to know, where are the viewing parties at? We just talked about it. Galaxy Fan Talk says, other than winning it all, what's a good Orlando tournament for the Galaxy in your opinion? To me, it's finding creativity, finding that connection. If we lose every game and we see that hopes of brilliance and like that, okay, we got that, I'm cool with it. Listen, lose every game, give us that creativity, and then we go into the regular season fight, knowing our style, knowing our identity. I'm completely okay with it.
I think I'm gonna go again, contradicting to you, because I think I wanted to see them figure out a way how to win. Right? I don't necessarily need them to be pretty or find a dope chemistry. I want them to be able to find a goal and then lock it down if they need to. You know what I mean? I need them to find a way how to win.
That could become our style. I mean, it could become.
I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't. But if it does, and they get results, like I'm okay with that. At this point,
but you know what? It comes down. It comes down to GBS.
Yep, it does.
It's big on the coach. It's his mentality. It's his, and we know GBS has always been a go all out type of coach.
But see, and again,
but can he do that now?
I can't even hate on that, because I think, like, what he's asking for his players, I don't think is ludicrous. Right? I think he's asking from the players he has, from the talent he has, something that should be possible, but they're not figuring it out. So it's kind of hard for me to say, like, yeah, he should change his tactics, because I think he should be asking that from the team. Like, the team has talent there. And he should be able to, like, see these things come across. But they're
tactically, not. I don't think he's doing it correctly, because we were big on him on how he was controlling that team, and us saying that we're playing Zlatan ball without Zlatan being on the field.
Yeah, listen again, right? But that's us thinking that's what he's asking them, right? Because I might be 100% wrong. I might be 100% wrong, but I think I think he's smart enough to know that that's not the way to go, right? And we've seen him do it in other clubs. And he understands what he's doing, because like that's not always his game style. I think it worked last year, and I think there's just a heavy layover from last year, from the guys who are just muscle memory all down the cross, right?
Players though, we had Katai, and he was doing it. Katai wasn't a part of the team that Zlatan was on.
But listen, but Katai, that wasn't necessarily always Katai, because Katai was good on cutting in, taking shots, because we talked about him missing shots, right? Listen, it was the whole team was looking for the same play. Is go out wide. The whole team was looking for that, right? Again, I don't think that's what GBS has in my hand. That's what we should play. I don't think those are his tactics, and that's why I give them the benefit of the doubt. That's why I give them the benefit, because I find it hard to believe. And if they are, then he has to go. and if that's his tactics, then he's not the right guy. As much as I like GBS, I don't think that's the right tactic. That's what he's thinking.
All right. And Glenn wants to know, with a CCO berth on the line, do you think GBS is an all in on the MLS's back tournament, or is this focus on getting the team fit for the second start of the season?
Both.
Yeah. Yep.
Both.
Both, but if I had to pick, I'd go second.
Just get team ready for season.
Yeah.
Oh my god, but Champions League, bro. Like just every time I want to agree with you, I just think of Champions League and just like do whatever you can win that.
Would you
do
take
whatever you
MLS
can.
Cup or Champions League?
Right now, I want Champions League. And
Fuck
I
yeah, like
I don't know if I said on this pod before, but I definitely said it yesterday. Right now it's gonna take certain. I think the only team that's gonna come close, the only team that can is DC United, right? But let's be real, DC United is not gonna win in the East anytime soon. So I
bet a
think
shot?
fuck it, let's bet a shot. Let's bet a shot. I'm down.
I'm just kidding. Fuck DC United.
Yeah, and I bring that up because at least that I'm not saying we shouldn't focus on MLS Cup, but absolutely we should try to win everything. But I still think I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say it's our priority, right? Because it's MLS Cup. We all want to win that. Yeah, they bragging rights. But I miss Champions League.
Yes, me too.
Listen, like I need that.
Here's what I say.
You know,
Or I'm propose a question. Do you think we have a team?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think we have a team that can make playoffs? Make playoffs. That's all I'm asking right now.
Yes. There's too many spots to make playoffs. There's no way we don't have a team to make playoffs.
I think the thing to figure enough to make playoffs, and if you make playoffs, then it's a crapshoot, right? Because you have to win game by game. So if you tell me this team will make playoffs, and we could win this tournament, I'll take that. Because I'll play. I'll roll the dice for playoffs. But if we guarantee Champions League right now, I
disagree.
I
think it's a crapshoot. I think it's a crapshoot when we had Zlatan. I think Zlatan was the type of guy that I don't see that with the team right here. Making playoffs was one of those things.
Listen, it's two games in. It's 2 games in. It's 2 games in for us. 2 games in for like the rest of the teams. Like you don't know where everybody stands. I think the Western Conference is obviously the hardest conference from both. But again, it's 2 games in, and there's peaks and valleys in MLS, right? Teams fucking peak way early and then just fucking dip. Galaxy does that all the time, where they look fucking dope and then they just eat shit. You know what I mean? So I think we have playoff team.
According to Rudy, so you guys heard it here first.
We're winning it all.
According to Rudy, we're winning everything, all of it.
Europa League, Champions League,
everything.
MLS Cup, World Cup.
That's it.
You let me be. That's it. All right, man. Listen, a little rough today. A little rough. I think
what you mean?
Psych? What you mean? I thought George had good stuff. Massa had good stuff. I don't know about Rudy, but I think 3 out of the 4 did well. So that's passing.
100% right. But we're back. We should be dropping weekly episodes. We should be live every week. For you guys on YouTube. Thanks for dropping by. Make sure you hit that fucking like button.
And let us know how you guys like that new setup too.
Yeah.
I think it's dope. Yeah.
Yeah, let us know. Yeah. We're still working on it. We're still, again, I owe these guys from the stands questions, a little jingle and scene. So I'll work on that. Working on other things. But again, give us feedback. Let us know how it's working out for you guys.
ACB news. Got you.
No, we're doing questions. We're missing the questions.
Oh, shit. You're not. All right, my bad. I apologize. I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Oh, fuck, man. With that being said, it's another episode of Straight from the Stands. I'm by Rudy at I Am Smarts on Twitch. I Am Smarts on Twitter. I Am Smarts on the gram. Oh, one last thing. SFTS Pro Club Squad has their first official match in Liga Galaxia tomorrow at 9 p.m. Catch it on twitch.tv/I Am Smarts.
This is George J Undefeated 7. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter and on Twitch. Hell yeah. Y'all catch me on Call of Duty taking off heads. I'd be like Soldier Boy. Bah, 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 bah. All right, might as well go. No, Angel, go. My bad.
Oh, this is Angel. Follow me on Instagram at live Oh, sorry, shit. At ADF3691. I'm not. You know what? I'm gonna start getting back on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter too at lividaf96. I think that's what mine is. Yeah.
Peace, love, and G's up.
Peace, y'all. Have a good night.